guys, this is your math lesson for TLD day 14. Okay, so you need to get your packet out and make sure you've got where it says lesson 62 again. Okay, we had 62 yesterday, that was the first page, and then now we have 62 for the second page. Okay, so have that. Let's do what we normally do. Count your tens, put them in tens column, count your ones, put them in the ones column. Do that for me there. Okay, so you've got 2 tens, 2 ones. Ready? Let's say the number. Ready? 22. Okay. Oh, do we have any tens? No. But do we ever put a 0 in front? No. So let's count our ones. Did you count them? What's the number? 6. All right, count your tens, count your ones. Okay, looks like we've got 1 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. I forgot to count this way on the first one. Ready? Let's count. Say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What's the number? 14. Okay, do your tens and your ones. Okay, should have 2 tens, 1, 2, 3, 3 ones. Let's count. Ready? 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. What's the number? Read it. 23. All right, look here. Let's read this number together. Ready? 43. Now keep counting. I want you to try it. I'll give you a second to try it first if you want to pause the video and try that one, or you can just start on it, and I'll start up in just a second. Okay, ready? Let's read it. 43, 44. Ready? Let's do that again. Ready? Go. 43, 44, 45. Ready? Let's read it. 43, 44, 45. Right, 46. Wonder what's next. 47. All right, let's start back in the beginning and do those last two numbers. Ready? Read it with me. Go. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. What's that last one going to be? 49. Good. All right, let's do this next one. Oh, this next one's a little bit harder. Ready? Let's count. 28. Wonder what comes after 28. Give it a shot. Pause the camera or the video if you need to. Okay, let's try it. Ready? 28, 29. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. Ready? 28, 29. What comes after the 20s? The 30s. Ready? So 28, 29, 30. All right, if you haven't gotten that far, try to keep going. I think you can go from there. I'll give you just a minute to try. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Let's read. Ready? 28, 29, 30, 31. sure you've got all of that. And then at the bottom, today I do want you to do your subtraction and your addition. So I'm going to erase this. All right, now look down here at the bottom. All of these are subtraction or take away, and all of these are plus. All right, so you can either stop the video right now and do those, or you can wait till the end. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do it, okay? Get your number line out and do that. Either you can stop the video now or do it at the end. When you're ready, get your, I believe it's a shapes page. No, it's measurement. Sorry guys, it's measurement page, okay? So, like I said, finish that or wait till the end. Okay? All right, measurement. We're going to be measuring objects, okay? And it says that circle the unit that would be the best tool to measure each object. Now guys, yesterday you used a little ruler and we measured in inches. And look, right there, that's how long an inch is. An inch is about this much of your thumb, okay? So inches are kind of small, aren't they? All right, and then I'm going to show you. Now, a regular ruler, this whole ruler is a foot, okay? And it takes 12 of those little inches to make up a whole foot. So this is a foot. Now, this is a yard, okay? And it takes 1, 2, 3 feet to make a yard, okay? So a little inch, a foot, a yard. We've got to decide, are we going to use a little bitty inch to measure something, a foot to measure something, or a yard to measure something, okay? So, look at number 1. It says the length of scissors. So think of your scissors that you have in your box. Could you measure those scissors using your inch? Could you think of your scissors here? Are your scissors this big? Are your scissors this big? No. You would measure your scissors using a little inch, okay? Like the little inch on your little ruler. So, we're going to circle inch because we measure our scissors in inches, all right? Number 2, the length of a soccer field. Think about running it up and down the soccer field. Are you going to measure a soccer field in a little bitty inch? Are you going to measure the soccer field in feet? Or are you going to measure the soccer field in yards? Goodness, could you imagine going down the soccer field doing a little bitty inch? Even this is, I think, I want the bigger yardstick to measure a soccer field, don't you? All right, so we're going to use yard. All right. Now, the length of a pencil. I happen to have a pencil right here. Could I measure my pencil using my little inch? Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Do I have a pencil that's this big? No. Do I have a pencil that's this big? Oh, no. I can't even pick up a pencil that would be awful to write with a pencil this big. I think I would measure my pencil in inches, don't you? So let's circle inch. All right. Now, here's a book. Here's a book. What do you think? Let me put my pencil down. Could I measure my book in inches? Yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Could I measure my foot in feet, or my book in feet? Gosh, 2 feet long, it would be huge, wouldn't it? Would I measure my book with this? No. I think this is my best bet because I can measure it right there and right there. I'm going to measure my book in inches, right? So let's circle inches. All right, number 5, the length of a car. A car. So think of the car that mom or dad drives, okay? Would you measure a car with little bitty inches? Would you measure the car in feet? Or would you measure the car in yards? I definitely wouldn't want to measure a car in inches, would you? This would take a while too, but that's not too bad. I think this one would probably be easier, don't you? Measure a whole car in yards, don't you think? This one wouldn't be, a foot wouldn't be bad, but I think a yard would be easier, don't you? So let's circle yard on that one. All right, let's look at number 6, the length of a crayon. So think of your little crayons. Oh, here's a crayon right here. Here's a crayon. Look. Would you measure your crayon in inches? Looks kind of good, doesn't it? Gosh, can you imagine having a crayon that's a foot long? What about a crayon that's a yard long? That doesn't make sense, does it? So I think I'd measure my crayon in inches, don't you? That would be better. So let's circle inches. Inch, foot, or yard. So I think your crayon would be the best in inches. Okay? So make sure you've got that, okay guys? Because I'm going to have to erase it and we're going to have to move it up, alright? Alright. Now we're ready for number 7. The length of the cafeteria. Okay. Imagine you're in the cafeteria where we eat lunch and breakfast. Would you want to measure that whole room in little bitty inches? Would you want to measure that room in feet? Or would you want to use the yardstick to measure it? Well, I definitely wouldn't want to do this. That would take forever. This would take a long time too. This wouldn't be as bad. So I think we should measure the cafeteria in yards, okay? So let's circle yards. All right. Number 8, the length of a shoe. Well, look at your foot. Look at your shoe. Now look, can you imagine, could you measure your foot with that? Yeah. Probably your foot, definitely, right? Is your foot bigger than this? I hope not. Oh my goodness. Would your foot be bigger than this? Oh my. I think I would measure my foot in inches, don't you? Let's measure our foot in inches. Kind of sounds funny there, doesn't it? All right. Now, piece of paper. The length of a piece of paper. Look here. Here's a piece of paper. Let's look. Can I measure that with this? Like that? Move it over. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Now, is my paper, could you imagine having a piece of paper that's like twice as long? This doesn't make too much sense, does it? And what about this? What if you had a piece of paper this big? Holy cow. So again, I think our best bet is to measure it in inches. Okay? Measure a piece of paper in inches. Alright. Now, number 10, the height of a door. Are you gonna look at the door somewhere, wherever you are, look at the door. Do you want to measure the door in, whoops, I gotta put this paper down, in these little bitty inches? That? You want to measure the door using feet? That wouldn't be too bad, it'd take a while. What about using a yardstick to measure how tall the door is? This one would be easiest, don't you think? Now, when people are building houses and buildings, they're going to say the door is 8 feet high, 9 feet high. But if I ask you to go measure the door, this wouldn't take as long. This would be the easiest, okay? So either one works, but I'm going to go with this because if I ask you to do it, this is what I would hope you would choose. So let's circle yard. All right. Now, number 10, height of a room. So look at the room you're in and imagine starting at the floor and going to the ceiling. What would you use to measure that? Okay. Are you going to use your little bitty inch? Are you going to use a foot? Or are you going to use a yard? Okay. Now again, let's think about what you would use if you were going to measure it. Okay. I don't think I'd want to do this. That would be really hard. This would take a while. But if I asked you to go measure it, I think I would want you to use this because it would be the easiest. It wouldn't take as long. You don't have to move it as many times, okay? But if somebody was building a house, they're going to tell you the ceiling is 10 feet tall. But if I ask you to go measure it, this would be the quickest way for you to measure it. So in yards. So let's circle yard. All right. And the last one, the computer screen. So imagine my computer screen, or if you have a computer there, look at the screen. Would you measure it going across with inches? Would you measure it in feet? Or you measure it in yards? I think there's two good answers here, okay? I definitely don't think we're going to measure a computer screen that's this big, do you? Do you think? But our computer screen might be about this big. That would work. Or in inches. So either one. All right? So you could measure it using either one. So let's do foot. But an inch would work too. Okay? All right, guys. Math, or I hope all your math is done. If you didn't go back and finish the addition and subtraction, go back and finish those for me. As far as science or social studies, just again, you can do a choice. You can watch either of the videos, or you can read the little article that's there. Okay, you don't have to write anything down. You don't have to do anything. Just try to watch the video or read the article. Okay, or Mom and Dad could read you the article. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.